Hoot hoot everybody! Hoot hoot! I'm Vilhelm Vanderbos, the noble owl of Globy Generation 2 Equinox, and welcome to an art stream. Hi everybody! How's everyone doing? Yeah, I don't stretch my wings enough, I feel. Hi! A bunch of chatty plumies already. I see. Hi Ciel, hi Jennifer, hello Natsu, hello Mariah, hi Mizu, hi Miri, hi Chris, hi Lapis. Hello, I said Jennifer, yeah, I did say hello. Yep. Hoot hoot in chat if I've not given you a hoot hoot. I'll give you one back. Hello Vendela, welcome. Can you hear me okay? Is the microphone alright, everything? Is sound doing good? Dragon, welcome. Today I will be drawing my second entry for my challenge, the MovieRedraw challenge. You can find the info about the MovieRedraw challenge in the description, the video description. I'm gonna be starting a brand new picture, but I don't have a lot of time left to do it. There's 2 weeks for the feature stream. I have maybe 2 streams to work on this. So, no time like the present. I suppose we're gonna get started on it. I hope everyone's weekend has been nice, and I'll be yeah, because normally I would stream on a Saturday. There was some slight changes today, so thanks everyone for being here. Getting my reference picture ready. There we go. There we go. Very good. I think I saw Kuni as well. Rogue, Assassin, welcome. Joey, hello. It's gonna be a crunchy one. Probably. A little crunch timey, we'll see. That or I just leave it kind of plain. We'll see how far I go. I think this might be a little bit too ambitious, if I am completely honest. But I'm gonna see as far as I can go with it. So let's get going, shall we? I wish I could play a soundtrack from the movie that I'm actually basing it off of, but I can't because copyright. So let's just put something on here. Oh wow. Sure, why not? It's gonna be a bit dramatic. You'll see why. There we go. I'm gonna be drawing Cloud Strife from Advent Children. That is my screenshot. This is my canvas. So we'll see. Is the music loud? It's very dramatic. I don't mind it being dramatic music, but just kind of shouldn't be overpowering that much. Hello Floral, welcome. So this is my reference here. I'm gonna be let me adjust a little bit on it. I'm gonna adjust a little bit on it so I can get, because the one thing I noticed about Advent Children as a movie is that the colors are pretty boring in it, because you know, realism. Did I say hello CL? I probably did. You always get the second one. But either way, welcome everybody. A lot of blacks and blues and browns. Barely, I would say. It's a very pale color palette, which is kind of the style at the time. Got the first hello. Yeah, I gotcha. It was very much a style at the time to get the. Is this a specific scene in the movie? I'll get to it. So I'm just cranking up a little bit of color, and I'm gonna be trying to box in everything in a good way. Okay, so Cloud here. This is towards the end of the movie. This is close to the end battle. Spoilers of the movie essentially, but essentially this is Cloud's phase when he's facing off against Sephiroth. Basically, you know, the little back and forth, the little throwing shade before the actual fight starts. That's pretty much it. I was looking for some cool scenes so I could like have some lighting and stuff. It was this or at the city, the city center battle against the Bahamut. But I'll go with this one. And because it shows a little bit more of Cloud, and I'm gonna have to, like it helps a little bit with the background details and stuff like that too. So for a little quick way to help me, I am just gonna grab this I'm gonna grab this screenshot here, and I'm just gonna scale it up a little bit so I get a little bit of a similar kind of situation for it. And yeah, I guess I'll be working with it somewhat here, I think. Let's also do a shrink this to get the outline ish. I'm not sure if I did this for Ripley, but we're gonna do it for Cloud because it helps a bit. Alright, I'll bring this picture in here a bit. So yeah, first this is gonna be a bit of a blocking in kind of a deal. Yeah, I was thinking of Reno as well, but Reno, aside from when it's just, I guess they're just standing on the bridge. I was really tempted to find a picture of Reno, but the screenshots that were available to me of the different scenes were kind of limited. I would have wanted to draw Reno, I'm not gonna lie, but that'll have to be some other time. But yeah, I don't know if you guys know the movie. It's I think the theatrical one it's come out a while back now, and the complete edition, I'm not sure if that's even available in English. Maybe it is. But yeah, anyway. So we're gonna start. I need to kind of separate these tones that we have going on here. We got like the brightest one is his hair, but otherwise the mid tones are kind of like, this is the middle tone, bright, and we have dark on his body. So we're gonna start off doing that. In general, let's see. The background kind of spans quite far. Yeah, the one thing about the I would say that the movie was what made me, the fact that the movie was gonna come out made me finally play the game. As to kind of have a little of an inkling of what was going on. I was not good at RPGs at all, but I still managed to figure it out a little bit. Yeah, bonus points for Reno for being Axel's voice actor. I believe it is, at least. No, that actually a little bit too bright already. Okay, just gonna be boxing this in then. Cloud is about on the first third of the picture. It's very good composition wise. It's kind of here at the around the third of a picture. Do you guys know what Final Fantasy VII? I know some of you definitely do. Others I'm not entirely sure. But this movie was essentially made as a kind of a build-on to the story. I'm not entirely familiar with the games that were made around the time too, because it's kind of like Square Enix figured out a button or they were kind of not making a lot of profit of the current Final Fantasy, so they're all like, quick, let's smash the glass. And there's like Final Fantasy 7 behind that glass. It's like, in case of budget problems, just kind of, you know, smash glass, and then they're just gonna like, okay, let's bring Final Fantasy 7 into this again. Hello Nico, welcome. Yeah, I know the story's all over the place. At least I think they're technically rewriting the story or expanding on it with the remakes as well. So the story is very convoluted. It didn't help either that the international, the English version was has a lot of translation errors, which kind of confused the story even more. So it was one of those notorious like, cool RPG to beat at the time, but also no one gets the story really, which in itself is also very convoluted. Okay. The Cloud's face is going to be a bit tricky to do. The story, the remake is like the remake is kind of still following the story though, I think, in a way, or kind of enriching it a little bit by having its own things going on. Because they expanded a lot on the Final Fantasy universe, and I kind of feel like they just want to capitalize a little bit more on it. I'm not entirely sure how I am planning to box all of this in. I am just kind of drawing while talking. Cloud's hairstyle, I remember being able to draw it pretty well enough, but they did change it a little bit in when he got a 3D model, so to say. Not sure what you mean with the McDonald's haircut. Like French fries? Ah, yeah, I get that. This was very much like the spiky hairdos I would dare say, if you look at the other RPGs that made it big, was kind of like almost expected, I would say. But yeah, a lot of the characters, a lot of the anime or like RPG main characters had that kind of, like you say, French fries thing where you kind of had a bandana or something, and then spikes started kind of sticking out of it like this. You know? Pretty sure there's been a lot of older anime main characters that have it. Clown Strife. If it's like Ronald's hair, yeah. Yeah, that is Biggs, that's very true. It's essentially Chrono from Chrono Trigger as well, you know? The bandana, the spiky hairdo that sticks out on top. Just checking the reference. Sephiroth. We're just gonna work with light and shadow first of all, and we're gonna fix his features in a little bit better after. I need to look up a reference for his outfit as well, because the Advent Children outfit is has a mind of its own as well. Now, I've been really curious. I told you, I think I said at some point that I haven't played Final Fantasy VII Remake, but because at the time I didn't have a console to play it on, I ended up just kind of watching the movie, which is a compilation of all the cutscenes and important kind of sequences or dialogues in the game, kind of put together as a long going video on YouTube. So I was like, now I do have the console to play Rebirth on, but I don't know if I have the time for it. Like, I think if I had the time to put on, there's a lot of other things that I could also be doing with the time that it would take me to play through the game. So I figured, what if I check like the Final Fantasy Rebirth movie, you know, like essentially watching the compilation of cutscenes. Over 20 hours of cutscenes. Like, I don't know if I even feel like I have the time to play a 20-hour game. So anyway, I started blasting. Bam, bam. I'm just kidding. I figured out I'll watch it. I will watch it. At least the key parts where I kind of want to see what's happening, because it's a crazy amount of. There's a bunch, yeah, and yeah, there's so much happening. Like I played through Final Fantasy VII, the original one, plenty of stuff there, you know. But yeah, it's that is quite the undertaking of a game to begin with, and then all the extras and stuff. Yeah, I don't see myself playing through it actually. Especially since I don't know if it has the same format as 7 Remake did, but 7 Remake had this kind of story progression, and then it slows down a little bit so you can do quests and unlocks and kind of you reach a hub system where you kind of get a lot of quests, help people, do all kinds of different things, and then it progresses a little bit more. You reach the next hub system, and then you get new quests. So if it does the same kind of thing, I'm not gonna be able to keep up with it. Cloud Strife, hello Venti. Yes, it's Cloud Strife. We are doing a movie redraw of Advent Children. It runs the same sort of way. I believe it, because it's a winning concept, right? But yeah, at that point I reckon and I was curious because I started it. I saw the beginning with Zack, and I'm so curious about what they're gonna do with Zack in Rebirth. But so I was kind of like, maybe I should like wait and play it sometime, but no, it's just. I straight up just there's no way. So I will watch the movie bit by bit to kind of at least follow along on the story, because I'm curious about what they do with the story. Notoriously known as one of the more convoluted video game stories. Oh yeah, it was someone else had mentioned something about changing their name, and I would just say that I will call you what your name says. regardless of you being here before or having a different name. If it says something, if it says fish sticks on it, I will call you that, and not if it says potato, I'll call you potato. Regardless if you go by another name or not, because that is what I see and that is what I remember. So no offense, but that's just how we go about things. At least I do. There may be an abridged version done up too. Yeah, but I also kind of want to see the extras. No worries, Venti. The fish sticks. Well, whichever name you pick, that's the one I'm gonna like be remembering. I'm not gonna remember that who you used to be. you're just gonna go. You're essentially you're starting your streak all over again. I believe YouTube also has a system. YouTube has a system where it's been implementing it for some people. Where you cannot see names, you only see usernames, like the actual account username. So at that point, it just kind of be easier to keep track of who everyone is. Okay, I'm getting like stuck on working on the eye. I need to focus again. Yeah, full legal YouTube hands. Yeah, I feel like that for me on my end. I find that that's very that's pretty good actually. Oh, hello, Fish. Welcome. Nice to meet you. It's nice to have you here for the first time ever. Oh, he actually does have the long bit on this side that he should have too. All right, the name change is a bit off topic, and if you guys keep talking about it, you will be changed to a timeout for the stream. Hello, Rylan, welcome. Let's see. I think I'm gonna draw out where his kind of his body would be. Just makes it a bit easier. Awaken your anime boy powers. I am anime. What you talking about? Don't hear Sasuke. Pretty much, right? Pretty much. It'll be easier when I get to the you can probably have these guidelines there instead. I'm just blocking things in right now. The background is on its own layer, like it's same. We're doing the same silly thing I always do with the freaking one layer thing. So I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try some stuff. Don't even have Cloud on his own layer right now. So let's indicate some stuff. The lion or the wolf, I guess it is. A wolf it is. Here. And he has the you don't even see his neck that much. It's actually his hair here, and then it's like he has the ribbed sweater that he does, which is kind of open too. It's kind of tilted forward, so his neck is actually doing this. Let me just draw you. Where are you? Where are you, Cloud? Where is your head at? Where's your head at? I see. And then he has this holding his sword in the back too, so the arm is going back and out like this. Yeah, kind of like that. And then it's kind of holding the sword this way. Modular sword. I guess the clothes are the things that are going to be the trickiest with this, honestly. And the shoulder is like not really up here, it's kind of just here. So this is going to be covered. And then we slit here. And then he has stuff in the back too, the straps that are coming out, the things that hold his sword. Which is kind of nice to see. I don't really fully know how it works, but it's kind of nice to see rather than just those kind of magic magnets that a lot of anime has. Where they just, the things just stick to the back. Floaty magic, yeah. Okay, there's neck there. We're gonna do the sweater and this there. We do some like zipper detail here, and then you see a bit of his body in the back there before it comes back around. Let's use full black just to kind of draw these things in. The art shell, thank you. I'm actually, that's not really 100% where his head should be compared to the actual style. He's kind of leaning it forward a little bit more. Kind of like that. And the body kind of goes back a bit more. It's just gonna, oh. Close enough. We can adjust. Alright, I guess I will keep him in one layer first and then do the background on something else. But he's pretty darkly, like is dimly lit, is a lot more about the color variations than the value variations. That's a bit tricky. Values being how bright something is. You have hues that are the different colors, and then you have values of the hues, which is like how dark certain colors are. Two layers, who are you? It's just one layer. I'm just gonna do it later. Okay, so this is kind of a leather kind of deal, I guess. I don't really have the luxury of time to get this done right, fully right. So we're just gonna take some general. I'm gonna make it a little painterly, I guess. Just for that, I'm gonna do it on one layer. I haven't gotten there yet. It's easier to do it on one layer anyway. I'm trying to play it safe. This is so tricky, the fact that the clothes go in one. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. I think we just need to. I wanna bring out his face a little bit more now. Let's see if we can make it a little bit more like actual Final Fantasy VII art, when he has like his eyes are very similarly sharp like Link's are. I don't remember if I can do a quick cloud anymore. Mini. So his eyes look a little dark here in the actual screenshot, but with those Mako eyes, I would love to kind of emphasize the radiation that they have to be put through, the soldiers, to and get those eyes. It's also supposed to be my style and not necessarily the actual just trying to redraw everything like perfectly. Hello, Kuni. I would have loved to actually play Final Fantasy music, but I never know. I was looking up some lo-fi. Definitely save. Yeah, I just did. I saved. Thank you. They have actually made his eyes a little bit like longer. And a bit further apart as well to match the actual original. Gotta have him looking the same direction though. Let's adjust this a little bit. Any tea? I was feeling like cardamom coffee, so I just made. I had some right before stream. Usually goes cold before stream starts. I usually just make it and then start prepping for stream. But I had a little bit of cardamom, vanilla and cardamom in my coffee with some milk. And I just have water right now. It's a cozy drink. Yeah, for me cardamom is very cozy. It's a Swedish thing. You use it in a lot of bakery things, like a kind of baked goods. Soon it'll be more saffron even too. Like saffron is also something that used in a lot of baked things around you know, late fall and Christmas. How are you doing, Kuni? Welcome. Good job on your Halloween stuff, by the way. The karaoke was really fun. These eyes are kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. These eyes are kind of weird. Compared to the original one. Umiyama Ambros. Hello everybody, welcome! Paper note, oh yeah, crowd note are in as well. Dango Raid, welcome. Welcome Dango, welcome Lysander. How are you? How was your stream? Very eventful. Oh. Eventful good, eventful bad. I mean, like an earthquake is an event. Hope you had a good one. Welcome everybody. If anyone's here that doesn't know me, I am Vilhelm Vanderbos, Noble Owl of Bloby Generation 2 Equinox, Genmate of Ambrose, and I'm an artist. I'm a cozy gamer, and I know languages. I would say I'm the better green language owl. If in case you know any other green language owl, don't bother anymore. You're here now. It's really interesting to capture kind of the facial expression of a character in a different style. Well, surely eventful streams are good. They're interesting. I'm trying to remember how to draw Cloud Strife from Advent Children. I'm doing a second entry to my my art challenge this month, which is MovieRedraw, where you take a screenshot of a movie that you like and you redraw it in your style. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Have a seat. So I'm struggling a little bit. So I would like to ask you all, I would like to ask for your help. If you like the stream, it's gonna go easier. It's gonna go so smooth and I would really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, who are you? How are you, Cloud? How are you, Cloud? Who are you? Thank you very much. Sephiros. The peregrine language owl, Yesu. I love liking. Thank you. I like it when you guys like stuff. Especially when the stuff is my streams. It really does help out a lot though, thank you. Thank you, Ambrose. Have a nice evening, buddy. Guess I should use the shading to shape his face a little bit. I like drawing like this because it feels like almost like making something out of clay. You know, you're essentially almost sculpting. Rest easy, buddy. Good job. Otsudango. This music reminds me a little bit of Garden of Sinners, Kara no Kyokai, where that's sung by Kalafina. But it is actually Peritune. Lots and lots of practice. Thank you. It's give the hair some definition, at least some simple definition. I can make a stick. Yes, it starts with a stick. Let's make it out, and then you can, like, you know. And then you can turn it into a straw. Okay, the shape is doing some good stuff here. It's working out pretty good. The hair doesn't look very Cloud Strife just yet, but you know. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm happy with this. The face is pretty good. Calafita mentioned. I could only play the music. Ah. You've been going down the owl rabbit hole, the burrowing owl hole. You make a plumey Sona. Where's so many owls and why are they so cute? Because owls are inherently cute. That's how they get their prey to lower their guard. Hee hee. He looks like some other JRPG pro tag with the spiky hair. It could, if I just changed his his outfit, it would look like something completely different. I could probably make Dart from Legend of Dragoon or something. Boom 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 boom. Sora, yeah. Roxas with 2 keyblades. 2! Could actually turn this into Axel, probably. Same kind of face, you know? Let's give him those Mako eyes just for the heck of it. Your singing was enough because of Calafina? Oblivious, na 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 na. Alright, where's your shirt, buddy? This is, there's some errors here we need to fix. Probably. This would make a lot of more sense if I actually did the guidelines of everything and drew over it, but I feel like because this is kind of silly, but because we're short on time to make this, I'm kind of instead just kind of going by the sculpting method, and I think ultimately it would take long. It's gonna take longer to do it, but it's versatile and it works for me. But I would probably get more things correct if I did it properly. Hit Da Vinci's confession cover. Thank you, thank you. That was quite tricky to do. I'm not much of a singer. Why are we short on time? Because I generally don't have time to work on this, as I am working on other things between streams. So I only have the streams to work on this, which makes this, I have about 1 hour left now, and then I have 2.5 hours next time. So we speed running. Speed up. Hello, Hoot Hoot. Welcome, welcome. That is a very convoluted message. I thought it was a bot. It's okay. It's okay. You can put your weapons down, Plumots, in case you also reacted. Welcome, Emma Rose. In the stream, hurry, 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 hurry. that was from the Cozy Souls that I was doing that. I'm sure I've done that other times too. Hurry, 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 hurry. We're not that trigger happy. No, I know. You guys are locked in on point. I feel like stream might be lagging a bit, might be a little delayed. I don't know. You just have the barista. Okay, okay, but it was, I just kind of got the impression from other from the chat in general. All good, all good. Thank you, thank you. What are we doing with this cloud? What do I do with this cloud? You're just a puppet. His vision is clouded. You won't be able to see the truth with the cloudy vision of yours. Yeah, that must be the case. I think I got the it brings in much clarity. Yeah. It's the cloud of strife. What is Zach's surname again? If anyone knows. Cloud Strife. Tifa Lockhart, right? Barrett Wallace. Zach Fair, thank you. I always forget his name. Zach will be like, that's fair. That dude, that dude is very Axel coded. He's so happy-go-lucky in a way. Kinda written like a himbo. Archbear, oh, thank you. Zach is a puppy. Zach is a little bit like that, yeah. But he's just so simple and innocent that kind of, you know, gives a little bit of himbo. But he's adorable. So, what studio are you using? I'm using Clip Studio. If you mean what program I'm using. I'm redrawing the screenshot. That's my current art challenge called MovieRedraw. And I'm redrawing the screenshot in my style. Yep, program. Yeah, it's a Clip Studio. With it's just kind of, I'm still working on one layer on this. Hi Void, welcome. Hello Goober, welcome. This is not really his hair. I was looking around for some Final Fantasy VII lo-fi music that I could use, but like the credits in it all was a bit tricky because people were all like, you can't use it without my permission, but then it was just a compilation of other people's music. So just kind of like, okay, so you can use their songs, but people that want to use your mix of the songs have to ask you for permission. It's a bit strange. Something I've noticed listening to the soundtracks, Final Fantasy VII soundtrack and Rebirth soundtrack, is how the tones in the songs, like the notes, come back in a lot of songs. Like the Genova's theme is the same as like the Shinra Mansion theme, as well as the battle theme. It's just different pacing in it all. You should be able to link to YouTube posts. I had it before, but I can have a look-see at it. I have to go to share a link and then copy. I'll have a look. I'll pin it in chat. Share, copy, got it. Art challenge info. There you go. Pin, got it. Done. Yeah, there's 2 weeks to go. I'm gonna have a feature stream where every art that gets made gets featured, and we have a look at it together. Venti, that sounds really. I know what it is, but it's kind of. It really sounds a bit out of the blue. Those are words, essentially the prophecy of Genova and the general battle that happens in Final Fantasy VII. You might want to give some context because it's a bit random. Yeah, it's a loveless one. And what is loveless, which is also kind of randomly brought up? Yeah, he does like loveless. Please, less off-topic reciting. Ushibalba? Nah. But 10 seconds. Please, look at the channel rules. Don't go off on something that wasn't brought up. The stars are not aligned for this tribute yet. Hello, Scoffier. Welcome, welcome. Okay, we'll leave his hair there for now. I think his hair is going to be the easiest part to do of all this because it's just kind of, I don't know. I can envision it how I should do it. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so my general experience with Final Fantasy VII was just that the original game mainly, and then a lot of kind of like, well, I know Kingdom Hearts brought it back. It was pretty cool to see the characters in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, we're drawing Cloud. I'm drawing from Advent Children's since it's a feature film. I figured I would bring it up. Like I really liked Advent Children when it came out. It essentially got me really into everything that was Final Fantasy VII. So I think it's that was pretty. It was just like I drew Aliens. I figured I would draw Cloud. Also very early kind of how do you say that, exposure to Japanese per se for me. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 11 had a lot of, no, 11 12 is it? Final Fantasy 11 was the online game, right? So 12 and 12 too. Am I thinking wrong? No, 13, that's the one. 12 was the one with Vaughn and the other dude. With in the Final Fantasy Tactics world, I believe. I'm back at the hair. Gosh, I really stick to what I say, huh? Maybe it's too early to do that. Lulu and Riku, that's 10. That's right. Final Fantasy X and X2. That was when they started doing the extra numbers for the same Final Fantasy. Because Final Fantasy, each new mainstay, each new, how do you say that, like version or game that comes out is essentially its own story, right? They don't tend to repeat a lot. Later, some people will argue that it takes place in the same world as this is and that, and they do all kinds of Pixar theories of it all. But so that's kind of why they started doing the numbers and then an extra number on top of that, like the specific sequels. I don't remember which characters made it into Kingdom Hearts from Final Fantasy. I know there were the cast of 7 and some characters from 8. I think was Sedaine as well in the island as well? No, that was Tidus. Final Fantasy X was pretty good, yeah. No, because I've not beaten it. I don't know the ending of 10-2. Also, we deny that Final Fantasy X-3 ever happened. It's not actually a game, it was actually a written works of the actual story that would be Final Fantasy X-3, and we don't like it. We don't like that, so basically they just decided to drop everything that has to do. Cloud, Sephiroth, Zack, Tifa, Aerith, Leon, and Yuffie. And I think some of the kids in the island when you start off. I think Waka is there, right? I think Waka, Selphie, Tidus are the initial in Kingdom Hearts 1 that you kind of do the different kind of missions with. And then you have like the Friends of Roxas as well that were also kind of Kingdom Hearts. No, that were also Final Fantasy characters. Destiny Islands, yeah. I know Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse made it in. No problems. They're just like characters that are in there that are in every Kingdom Hearts essentially. They're just because Kingdom Hearts ends up being like a mashup of Square Enix and Disney stuff. Oh, it was more lively before. Yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts is old and well known at this point, so We're likely going to be talking about Final Fantasy VII and Kingdom Hearts a bit more on the stream, so spoilers may happen, yeah. Man. A lot of people talk about hands a lot are tricky to draw, but honestly, like there's like a lot of the parts, especially if you're gonna do lips and things like that, and eyebrows, like everything has its own challenge to it. I mean, kind of like whenever anatomy is involved, it's tricky. Humans are tricky, yeah. It's just that whenever you get close to replicating or indicating something that is relatable, that, you know, people can like, if you get close to uncanny valley territory, that's kind of when you get in trouble with the art, right? Because if it's not stylized, then people can instantly see that, oh, those lips look weird, and those, you know. Yeah, something's like, you instantly notice if something's off. I'm probably going to notice this next time I check back on this picture as well. That's, oh, I'll fix something. For now, we're just laying down the groundwork so I can kind of work on the extras later. But the thing is, like, the best way is like when you find a way to stylize your art that is kind of, you know, toon styling is pretty cool because it lets you kind of use anatomy, body parts, and everything like that, but then you can still stylize it in an unrealistic way because it's still believable enough. That's cool. Art classes can teach you quite a lot. It's usually quite restricted if you already have some kind of art that you're pursuing, though. I am, like many others, kind of suffered at the curriculum that they taught because they kind of didn't like anime style art. Because, you know, you were supposed to do the things. I was bad at art. I almost failed art because of that. Okay, I must save. His face looks really weird, but I'm gonna have to come back to it. Sort some of this stuff out. The eyes, probably. Nah, sadly, the art lessons at school, they follow a certain curriculum. You kind of have to do the things that they tell you to. They don't necessarily teach you the proper ways, but it's just the if it says you have to study the old masters and whatnot, then you have to do that. Whether or not it's kind of, you know, relevant to what you want to do creatively, which I think is a shame, because if people have some kind of creative spark in them, it should kind of be nurtured and not restricted, you know? Required reading, yeah, exactly. Like when you can't pick a book, you might, like, I never enjoyed reading initially. Like, it took a long time before I read a lot of things because of school, essentially. That's super harsh. Yeah. You gotta be lucky with the gacha, with the art teacher gacha. I'm self-taught, so there are ways to learn. There are ways to study and learn art. It's usually like if you have a good art teacher, they kind of boost you quite a lot by teaching you the ropes. So you don't have to kind of reinvent the wheel for yourself. Yeah, I've had those too. Some of the art teachers generally tend to feel like the correct way is the correct way, you know. Does it like if they were like teaching you home economics and how to cook and stuff like that, if they always like no every dish needs to have oregano in it, and you cook something that is incredibly delicious on its own but doesn't have oregano in it, they would just fail you. I feel like that's a bit harsh. So I was gonna get a fail grade, but actually my homeroom teacher was the one that kind of complained, kind of like, because I would technically kind of be sketching whenever I could. I would take my notes, do my homework and everything, but I would kind of always be the art owl, you know. And so my homeroom teacher was kind of like kind of brought it up to the art teacher, which kind of at least gave me a passing grade, but essentially did not make me want to pursue art as a kind of a as something educational. So for this, I am just self-taught. I was gonna become the next guardian anyway, so I don't think it was supposed of the gemstone. So it's not like I could be doing art school stuff. I had to do some other alchemist studies. But I was required to do some studies of the classics and art and literature and stuff like that still. We have a look at what's going on here. That's just essentially the harness of the swords, I guess. It's coming around the back. I gave him a lot of hair. I'm gonna fix that up after. We're gonna change the position of his body to kind of more emphasize the actual pose, because this is kind of making it a bit tricky. Hello Wink, welcome, welcome. This harness he's got on the back is making it really difficult to sell the the pose. So we're gonna do something like this instead. It's gonna block it in, the lights in. Kind of makes a little bit more sense. I might have to change the arm to kind of let the rest of this make sense, but I think it's fine. Alright, what happens back here is just his shirt. And arm. Let me do this. Let me draw in the. There you go, something like this. The good thing about the ribbed sweater he's wearing is that it kind of really lets you use it to shape where the body is. I thought I saw chat blink. Everything okay? Yeah, okay. Blink as in like there was a notification for me. Like boop, something popped up, but no, it was nothing. Nah, the chat looks different from my end, you know. Since I'm hosting it, I have a different view of it than you do when you're just watching stream. If there's loss of connection, I see something different here too, so. Need to fix his hair. This is I'm giving it a little bit too much. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Mary. It was an art streams. I kind of just talk and share things, but you know, of course, this is also a space for people to kind of take it easy and do their thing in the background. I know a lot of people draw alongside my art streams too, which I think is really cool. All right, time to bring the rest of the hair in, I think. Kind of goes to the back, from the back to the front, so these are also a little bit extremo. This is so tricky. His hairdo is really tricky. Props to them to actually making it look the part in 3D. Hello Ross, welcome, welcome. Okay, I need to, you know what, I'm gonna duplicate, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna duplicate and we are redoing the hair. Let's see. This here is fine. This can stay the way it is. It's not actually, but that's fine. Here we get 1, 2. We gotta count bananas. 3, 4. This one here kind of extends a bit further, so 5. And then we go, it goes back. This part also extends a bit. And these kind of go like here. Well, this is both floofy and spiky in a way, because, you know, they give him volume. I think it's just easier if I kind of do it like this and really group them up properly, and then kind of simplify the render. This looks so silly. Yeah, the light that's gonna go into this is gonna be something. I'll make it work though. It's all good. Yeah, it's it's got a little bit of Super Saiyan in it. It's just it looks very Super Saiyan because of how everything is blocked in. I just gotta make it softer after. Yumi, hello! Welcome, welcome! How are you doing? Hello, Raiders! How's everyone doing? How's your stream? This looks great already. Why, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Hi everybody, if you don't know me, I'm Vilhelm Vanderbos, the Noble Owl of Globy Generation 2. And I'm an artist. I'm a cozy gamer, and I like to do language-based content, so I would say I'm a pretty dang good green language owl. So if you know any other green language owl, you don't need to anymore. You know me now, it's fine. Welcome. You raid. Hi everybody. Welcome raiders. Yeah, so I am hosting an art challenge this month. I'm hosting an art challenge called the MovieRedraw challenge. So you take a screenshot of your of a movie that you like, and then you redraw it in your style. So I am drawing from Advent Children. I'm drawing Cloud here when he's about to fight Sephiroth. Going to bed? All right, thank you. Rest easy. Thank you so much for the raid. Your hand just glitched, or is it just me? I think you're hallucinating. Yeah, hello Thiago. And hello Utter Rage. How much time do you think he spends styling his hair in the morning? Oh, that's a good question. I think he just puts on hairspray and gets on his motorbike and then just goes like vroom, and then maybe it's kind of like me. Maybe it's kind of like me, and he just doesn't fix his hair up and it just does what it does. Can also very well be. Yeah, thank you, Mary. If anyone would like to join the art challenge, we have a feature stream coming up in 2 weeks. There's plenty of time. If you would like to join it, you get your art featured on stream. The instructions and rules are pinned in chat, and all you do is just post your entry to either, you know, Twitter. You can put it on Twitter, or you can post it to my YouTube community. Is anyone here, anyone of the raiders like Final Fantasy VII? It's got a complete new remake happening as well. With the especially like started on PS4, I guess, and now it's like even Rebirth continues. I'm always curious to know if anyone got into the story with the remakes, or if they played like the original games first. But yeah, so I draw on one layer. I'm trying to build up the body here of Cloud, and then we're gonna put in some details after. So I'm just kind of blocking in. I don't have a lot of time to work on this for before my feature stream, so trying to put in all the work I can right now. And let's see, we're gonna do his hand that's holding the sword. I need to move the hand back a bit. I'm gonna see. How much of a Marvel have you watched? Up until Endgame and nothing more. I was already kind of getting burnt out on it around that time. Let's see, what is his hand doing? His hand is doing this. Okay, Okay, thank you. I don't know how I'm gonna get that hand to work, but it's there now. Dum, 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 dum. You're missing a lot then. Yeah, intentionally. Be mad now. Oops. There you go. Beat me to it. Ask and you shall receive. I just snap my fingers. How about that for a reference? So the body kind of needs to be fixed up a bit. It's a little unevenly, strangely bulky there. I'll fix it in just a mo. The hand is just really strange coming out of there. I need to get that angle of his hand, him holding the sword there better. Let's see. So the hand is kind of here. Sorry, I need to. I'm gonna lock in a little bit. I'll get back to what you're saying in just a mo. Okay. Sword. This sword is really cool in CG. And it just transforms and whatnot. The Final Fantasy VII swords are really cool designed, and they're also feather light, because it's kind of funny how they fight with it without any issues whatsoever to lift them and everything. But then every so often they decide that it's really heavy. They're just kind of like, oh, like when they've taken damage or tired or stuff. Then suddenly they're heavy. And then when they're in battle mode, they just kind of just lift it like it's nothing. Okay, this one goes back here. We've got to draw the actual shape of the sword. And then we put the swords in it, I think. We're just gonna have the base shape of this. Don't remember what the blade is called. It had a name. Like not a transforming blade, but I don't remember what it was, really. Fusion sword, that's what it was called. For some reason I stopped thinking about it and it just came to me. It's like the fusion sword. Because the different parts of the blade fuse together. I can't really show it here, but it's made out of 7 different swords or something, or at least 5, I think 7 pieces. You're just gonna keep putting them together more and more every time, and then sometimes removes one of the swords. So it's like it kind of puzzles together. I think there was like an action figure or something made, a figurine where you could actually put the sword pieces together as per designed. I know cosplayers tried to recreate that figure, that kind of sword, and some really managed to do it really well, but it wasn't. It was of course like very bulky to do. I just remember seeing some kind of footage of people actually getting the fusion sword done properly. Yeah, it's pretty cool. People dedicated to the craft. Oh, we actually just see the sword the size that it is, huh? Dum 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 dum. I guess it's not this big. It's actually probably smaller than. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, a bit of determination fairy dust. People can make such cool, like, especially when there are figurines made of it, then usually people kind of just upscale them and make them, just make them exist in a bigger scale of things. This is what they tell you to draw those perspective boxes for, right? When you're gonna draw Cloud's sword, you're gonna be really good at it. You're gonna know exactly what to draw. And you get that center point down. Something like this, I think. Held by a very small handle. You're gonna blur it anyway, so I don't need to put a lot of detail into that. Okay, so the hand looks pretty good there. I just really need to kind of find a way to... Oh, right, it's one layer. Have I ever told you guys it's a really bad idea to build a picture in one layer? Like, don't do as I do. Just take the teachings, make it your own, and do it in a smarter way. No, but do tell us more. It's a really bad idea to draw things on one layer because you kinda have to repaint everything as you go. So unless you have a very clear vision of what you wanna achieve and create, don't. His hand is very big. It's very, very disproportionately big. We need to fix this. There you go, it's probably better. That's probably much better. Yes. Keep it there. Teeny tiny T-Rex arm cloud. There you go. And now we work out a good way to make sure to kind of make the force the perspective so that you get the good illusion that there's layers going back there. And that ultimately he's holding it. Easy peasy. Like so. I'm just gonna draw in the I'm just gonna draw in these like add layers to the back. All these specific for what? There you go, this works. Okay, now he has a bunch of stuff on top of this too. I am running out of time. Oh, are they specific about the one layer? Yeah. It's no, I'd never. I would draw my pictures well planned, so I don't have to redo a lot of things. And you know, that way, you know, you sketch out your base and everything, so you kind of know what you're going to be working towards, instead of just kind of relying on the fact that you're having it, that your imagination lets you see kind of what you want to draw and then kind of working towards it. I'm essentially just okay, so I don't actually just kind of grab a block and start chiseling out the image that I see. How would we even get that idea? No, I know, right? I'm just saying that's a really bad idea to do. Because I mean, like, if you would do a mistake, if we make a mistake, we would essentially need to redraw everything on top of it. Granted, that's what you do with acrylics painting, but dang it, Pickle, I'm telling you. Now, the one thing that would benefit, if we're talking upon hypothetics of like what it would benefit to draw things in one layer, it would be the fact that you get a lot of these little flaws, this almost human, or owl in my case, touches to a picture that is essentially impossible to teach or replicate and or generate. Oh man, I can't wait until we get the hair done, because I'm going to teach you a little trick of how to make the hair look kind of softer. Not Pickle catching Strazy. Okay, we'll just do it like this. It's not completely correct perspective, but I feel like it's kind of at least catching the feel of the you know, the pose, the scene, everything. Now we have, I'm gonna make a layer for the belts. I'm gonna see if we can I think we can like merge these as well for now. Not sure how I go about this. What is this? Okay, that's just a... Alright, fine. Should be able to shrink this down a bit. Something like this is... Yeah. Positioning is pretty close. It's pretty good. I'm gonna come back to this next time and I'll be all like, oh my gosh, there's so many things to change. But that's all good. So tricky to do everything with like grayscale when everything is so dark. It is also showing that the hand is much higher up than I actually drew it, or I'm doing the belt in the wrong angle. Probably do it there instead. I'm gonna turn this little belt outwards. Yeah, there we go. That's how we do that one. Okay, we'll do it like this. That's fine. Yosh, and belt, where's this belt coming from? Around him. I see, of course it's coming from around him. And what is it doing? Around to below. Okay, out of screen, that's fine, we can work with that. Your submission does not show up on the community post? Strange. I'll have to have a look. If you are in the Globy fan Discord, you can also send it to the mods. Or if you have Twitter, upload it there too, unless it's a new account, then it might also be hidden. Sure, that's fine. It can also be held for inspection, and then, you know, it's on me to kind of enter it. I tend to not look around too much, so that, you know, I don't know what entries are in there, but I might have to have a look at that to see. Yeah, the YouTube entries, we got a bunch of them for the last art challenge, but it's been kind of acting up a bit. Like, it's not acting up, but it's still kind of a bit of a trial method. So, in case it has some hiccups. All right, reaching the end of this, so we can. Just need a belt buckle here. Get this kind of indicate where sword is. Oh my gosh, no, I really need to have the same. That's not the same. I'll use this line. Yeah, let's just use that line, it's fine. And it's chrome as well. Chrome metal is like some of the trickiest to draw, dang it. We'll just do it really bright for now. Work on the reflections later. Hello, Kaizaki. Gonna do this upwards. Looks good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's just a lot of adjustments that need to be done in order for it to really look fully appropriate, I guess, if I were to say it like that. But as a base for a for like a 2-hour drawing, I'm very pleased with how this is turning out. I think I might leave it like that for now. Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's actually do on the background. Let's kind of go and let's see if we can get some indications for the background in as well. Kind of do something like this. I don't really know exactly. Like there's good ways. Like if I were to actually want to copy a picture to kind of get a how do you say that? Location down right or something. If I'm doing some kind of environmental work, there are ways to do it. You can set up a grid system, like and then kind of use the different squares as a reference. This is very free-handed right now, so it's not gonna be completely accurate, you know. You can see one error now is the fact that I did not put his shoulder high enough. It's quite interesting how much you see by kind of panning, zooming, moving around a bit. All right, and in the background there is kind of like, I think it's supposed to be old buildings. I think they're fighting in the around the Shinra building or something. Ba-da-ba-dum. This one has yeah, there's a lot of kind of reminds me a little bit of the architecture aboard, like a lot of sci-fi things like the Death Star or something in Star Wars. Stuff like that, like on board the different spaceships, and just have plating and kind of general geometry happening. It's kind of tricky to do this with proper like horizon lines and stuff, because this is already kind of rounded. They're kind of on top of something round, like a pipe. disproportionately large, essentially, kind of industrial piping. Yeesh. Alright, I should wrap up. It's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out right now. Almost bring the background down a bit. And then the square as well. The frame. Kind of looking a little bit more, you know, what it should do. As for cloud, maybe a tiny bit smaller. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Let's put a frame around it too, so all these kind of like parts are not messing with it too much. There we go. Yeah. I feel like this looks pretty good. Some highlights and we're done. Like for now, for today, I mean. Yeah, the arm is gonna need to be longer. Anyways, we good. Progress, whip. Whip 1. By Vil. Ish. Save. Okay, time for something less dramatic. Hutsu, everybody. Hutsu. There you go. Hutsu, everybody. That was fun art stream. I was very locked in. Hope you all liked the progress so far. Very impressive progress. Thank you. Glad you think so. I also realized it's very it is very how do you say, it's very yellow and purple, so I think a gradient map is just gonna do a lot of the work for us. It's pretty fun, actually. Just gonna need to have some more yellows in there. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm generally happy with it. I'm gonna do another stream with it. I think I could do plenty with another 2-hour session on it, really. And with this, our week comes to a close. I would like to bring up the next schedule. I'd like to bring up the next schedule so you guys can have a look at what's coming up, because there's some fun streams coming up. Now, I haven't changed the daylight savings yet. Very cute Feltville by Garu. I haven't changed the American, the Eastern Standard Time time setting on this one, because I completely forgot that today or this weekend was the daylight savings there. So I'm gonna have a double check so that things are right. But here's what's coming up. We got Blueprints one more time. I don't know if we're gonna go back to it after that. We might take a break after that, but we are gonna play Blueprints tomorrow again. I've figured out, I have all my notes. I have my conspiracy theory notepad here, which I'm gonna take a picture of and show you guys what I've figured out so far. But it is kind of at the luck of the draw, and I don't think we've unlocked a lot of permanent stats or boosts in the game. So I don't know if we're gonna see any kind of ending, but we might come back to it and do it some other time. Wednesday is a premiere on this channel. It is a game that I have very mixed feelings about. I like it. It's been a long time since I played it. It's called Lifeline, and it's on the PlayStation. It's on the PlayStation 2. And it has voice recognition only. It has voice commands only, so you don't play it with a controller. But it's also really old since it was on the PlayStation 2, and so it already had voice recognition back then. And it's just it is a very funny mess of how things go and how the game understands you. We're gonna talk a little bit. I'll tell you a little bit more about it on Wednesday when we start playing it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be really fun. You have to tell the character what to do, right? Exactly. That's just it. Like you only get to have voice input, and there's a main character, but you're essentially the camera person. If you know, there's like main characters and heroes, and then there's people that are on the chair. The guy in the chair, essentially, that's kind of keeping a lookout on the monitors and giving instructions. Yeah. But the character doesn't do anything on her own, so you kind of have to really order her around a lot. So it's gonna be really funny to see if she understands us or not. Last I played it, I had a little bit of a trouble having the game understand me. So we'll see if there's any difference now. The tech is as it is. That aside, Thursday we had another hand cam. We got a lot of lovely gifts for my birthday, and I wanna build one of the little Lego-esque little dioramas that I got. So we're gonna be building a cute little owl garden with some cute flowers, and it's in a little dome. So it's gonna be really fun to do. Hopefully my gloves are okay with building with Legos, Lego-sized bricks. I can't call them that because they're not actually Legos, but Lego-esque. With Let's Go bricks. Yeah, let's just call them that. On Friday, I figured we'd have a nice little just chatting session. I would like to know how your Halloween was, or generally what you did around that. And anything generally about what you like to do during fall season as well. So not just Halloween. I know there's Thanksgiving and everything coming out in stateside at the end of November and everything. That's not something we celebrate in Europe, but I'll just have a nice little chat. So that's just gonna be a fun time, I think. And of course, essentially my last session, maybe one more session after that, if I feel like I cannot get it done in time. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to working on Cloud. and hopefully get a lot more progress done for it. Yeah, that's the week. Look forward to Wednesday. Wednesday's gonna be a really funny one. I've been waiting to play that. I've been really wanting to play that one. We got permissions recently to play a game, the games from the dev. So I feel like it's a good time as any to show you that funny game, and it's gonna be multiple sessions as well, because I think it's a bit of it's a full game, so it's a bit of a lengthy game in a way. So I'll see what you guys think. I'm sure it's gonna give us a lot of funny moments for how the game understands us. Anyway, that is what it's looking like, and thank you all so much for hanging out today. Thank you, Raiders, for hanging out, sticking around and watching me draw. And any lurkers, anyone watching this on VOD as well, thank you so much. I'm happy that I can give you a little bit of cozy background sounds if you're getting some productivity going. Gonna have a quick look if there's anyone that is alive that we can raid into. Otherwise, I'll leave you there. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks again, everybody. See you tomorrow for some blueprints then. Sound good? For now, then we'll say bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye. Stay lovely, everybody. See you again real soon. Do-do-do-do-do-do-da. And, good afternoon. I said a hoot afternoon.